As actors, we've all butchered self-tapes, I'm sure, and I've done this in the past, and I want to sort of relay my experiences with how good intentions on making the perfect self-tape can end up making it terrible and costing you the work. So it starts when you get a really cool audition request and you're like, okay, I'm going to do everything in my power to put my best foot forward because I really want to book this role. I'm going to send in the perfect self-tape. So you rehearse it and you go over it multiple times. You learn your lines and then you perform it. And all of that's good. I'm not one of those people who says repetition is a bad thing. Sometimes you need to really immerse yourself into the text, feel very comfortable with it, and really embrace it. And that's when you start to sort of blossom and grow. But sometimes we get a little too technical watching the self-tape that we did back. So we're like, oh, I really like that moment here, and I really like the intensity here, and there's a little flash in my eyes when I say that line in this take. So I'm gonna try and chop up the best parts of all of my takes and stitch it together, and like Frankenstein's monster, I'm going to create the perfect self-tape with all of the moments. So then you go back and you stitch together all the best parts, and you actually get a take where you hit every single note perfect, and you've managed to stitch together the perfect self-tape. And then you're so excited, you send it off to the casting director, and of course you don't book the work. And then when you go back and watch it, you realize that that take is absolutely awful because you weren't really performing it. It wasn't alive and it wasn't organic. What you did is stitch together a bunch of parts and mechanically assembled a performance. I really applaud the discipline that you're putting into your auditions if you've done that. But it's also a great learning experience because the best auditions end up being ones that have some flaws and some quirks in it, and they're organic and they're being discovered in the moment. Because sometimes the best audition isn't the one where you've checked off every single box and hit every note that you feel you should hit. It's something that's alive, organic, and real and discovered in the moment. Let me know if this has ever happened to you, because it's happened to me a few times. The ones that you end up stitching together and creating in this manner end up being the worst.